Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to bake. It was a highly requested video. This is really easy to do, so don't be afraid. Even beginners can do this. Basically what baking is applying an excess amount of powder on your face, such as your under eyes, under your contour, and it really makes your face look a lot smoother and more flawless. And I also think it gives better coverage. So if you want to see how to bake, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I just have my foundation on right now and my eyeshadow, and now we're just going to go into baking. First thing we need to do is apply concealer. So I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I like this concealer because it's very liquidy and it still has good coverage, and you can also buy this at the drugstore, so it's very affordable. When you're baking, it doesn't really matter if you do your eyeshadow before or after. What's really important is that you do your foundation and then your concealer. So you want to bake right after you do your concealer. So today I'm going to be doing it after my eyeshadow, but I usually do it before my eyeshadow. It's good to bake before you do your eyeshadow because when you have that excess powder under your eyes, it actually catches the eyeshadow fallout and then you can just brush it away. So I'm just going to go in with the Maybelline concealer, and I'm going to be doing 2 large triangles under my eyes. Now of course, the amount of concealer that you put under your eye is up to you. You want to make sure that you don't crease your concealer. So once you put your concealer on, no smiling, serious face, really mean, because if you smile you're going to crease your concealer and your powder, and then the whole point of baking is ruined. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it out using a dampened sponge, and as soon as I finish that I'm going to go in with the powder. So I just finished blending out my concealer. Again, no smiling, you don't want to crease the concealer. So you want to really make sure that when you're blending your concealer, you want to get all the little creases and everything. You want it to be smooth, and then when you set it with the powder, it's going to stay smooth, it's not going to crease. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be using, again, the Damp Beauty Blender, and I'm going to be using the pointy end, and I'm going to dip that into some translucent powder, and you want to pick up a lot. I'm just using the Clinique blended face powder, and I'm just going to dip it in, and we're going to get something that looks like this. And very slowly I'm going to put an excess amount of powder under my eye, okay? And I'm making this scary face so that I can really get under my eye and so that I don't crease the concealer. So I'm just going to go in and do the same thing on the other side. You can definitely see I have like that white cast under my eyes. And we're going to leave this for 5 minutes. Now the time that you leave the powder to bake is not super important. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be exactly 5 minutes. I never time it. What I usually do is that I will do my foundation, concealer, I'll bake, and while I'm baking I'll finish my eyeshadow and everything, and then when I'm done my eye makeup I'll wipe off the bake. By putting the excess powder, my face is going to warm up the product and everything is just going to melt together really nicely, and it's going to give a really flawless finish when you brush the excess powder away. And when baking you want to be using a translucent powder. You don't want to use a foundation powder because that's going to be too heavy. If you want, you can also use a powder that's lighter than your skin tone, so it'll brighten your under eye, but you just want to be careful that you don't use anything that's too white. I know there's a few powders, like for example the Makeup Forever HD powder. It's very white. It's a completely white powder, and when you use that under your eyes you want to make sure that you won't be taking pictures that day, because those kinds of powders, they'll flash back in photography. So if you ever see girls that take pictures and they have like their under eyes are completely white, it's because they use that. I'm going to contour very quickly. So I just finished contouring my face. So what you can do is you can bake right under here. And what it'll do is it'll give you a very sharp contour line, and it'll just make you look really like sucked in. So again, the same thing that you're going to do, going in with the sponge and powder, and I'm just going to put an excess amount, and you can cut the line wherever you want. Just make sure when you're doing this, don't forget to wipe off the powder, because that happens sometimes and then you're walking around with like white powder on your face. So as you can see right now, I have a very chiseled looking face. And I'm not trying to be mean, I just can't smile. I don't want to crease my baking. The next thing you're going to need is a fluffy brush to brush the powder away. I'm just using the Real Techniques blush brush. And this is just very fluffy, easy to use. So it's been 5 minutes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just brush and wipe off the excess powder from under my eyes. And then I'm just going to brush off from the sides of my face as well. You guys can see my under eyes are very smooth. There's no creases. It just looks flawless. I don't know, it just gives it a little something extra. You just look a little bit more perfect, a little bit more airbrushed. And then of course you can always go up with a little bit of bronzer afterwards if you need to add some color into your face. This is a really easy technique. Anybody can do this, and it just really makes your makeup look that much better. So let me just finish up my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Baking is a really good, I guess, tool to have in your makeup arsenal because it's really easy to do and it really makes your makeup look that much smoother and that much more flawless. I hope you liked this video. I hope you guys found it easy to follow. If you have any questions, then please let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.